So we just had a Series 2 donor vehicle being dropped off at our facility. This one actually came to us. We had someone that reached out, they're a follower, follow us on social media, gave us a call a couple weeks ago, were nice enough to make us an offer on a project that's been sitting in their garage for, I'm told, about 20 years. So it's been sitting idle. I know it was a nightmare to get it out of the garage because everything's seized up. So it took a winch and some dollies and all kinds of fun things to get it out of there. It was dropped off late last night. Bill, who's a phenomenal shipper, had to get creative when dropping off because it's all seized up. Oh. So he put a strap to the pole because he got here on Sunday night. No one was here. He asked for the forklift. We didn't have it available. So he strapped it and then pulled his trailer to get it off. But no, this one sat, as I was told, sat for about 20 years in the guy's garage. I think he had the engine pulled out and he had aspirations to have it rebuilt. I don't think the engine ever came back, so it's not in there. There's no engine with this one.
Yeah. No.
So not a good start as far as the restoration side, but I mean, first glance, phenomenal patina. And the body's really straight, besides this wing.
But yeah.
Room for plenty of opportunities to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the question always comes down to whether production gets this vehicle for a donor vehicle for one of the LS builds and the full custom Himalaya Series 2s, or if we restore it. I mean, really nice patina. From an outside perspective, if you look at the bulkhead, it looks phenomenal. Maybe the apron's
it's
still
just that wing that has some damage, and here, but there, the seal panels.
Chassis is fairly clean on this side.
Yeah, in general.
So this is a Series 2A. This is primarily what we build. I don't know exactly what year. I think we have a title somewhere, which is great. Often with these old 1960s vehicles, there's no paperwork. Fortunately with this one, there was a title. Came out of North Carolina. At least it's been sitting there for quite some time. It was on the road at one point within the modern era because they got a Rover's North sticker on there. So there was some effort.
But yeah, it's an early 2A.
How can you tell the?
This is an early 2A because of the defrosters.
Okay.
This type. So it's a mix between the Series 2 and 2A. The 2A mounts a plastic piece here, and this part is a little bit thicker to hold it. So this is a mix between those trucks.
Yeah, one of the telltale signs, a couple of easy ones, but from a Series 2 to a late 2A, there's some overlap there, but the dash configuration, always an easy sign, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Nicholas, but wiper motor was behind the dash. Exactly. So in the early ones, you'd have those big, beautiful Lucas wiper motors. Yeah. Individual motors operated individually. Then they moved the motor to behind the dash, one switch to operate both. And then they changed the gauge itself, or the ignition switch at least. Yeah. Usually I thought, for the most part, I've seen them on to the left of the actual main gauges there, but that one's right in the center. So probably
for the ones that include hazard switch, that I think was for the North American dollar area. I think that's the name.
Yeah, then of course the steering wheel. On the later ones, the early ones, had the opportunity to have the banjo style steering wheel, which any Land Rover enthusiast loves. Yeah. And then you get that steering wheel you'd see into the late Series 2As, and then you get those into the Series 3s as well. Yeah. A really clean body. I know there's some already murmurs in the shop that we shouldn't strip this one. You've got some opportunity in the back here with some parts. Yeah. Nothing more exciting than the parts that come along with an old Land Rover project. Somebody had the best intentions with this one.
I think
got some ammo cans back here, Nicholas, from your time in the military.
Yeah, we use those.
Yeah. Hopefully there's either ammunition in there or most likely Lucas electrical parts or something.
There you go.
Look at that. Still in the box. Yeah.
Nice old stock.
This is
Distributor.
all the good stuff in here.
Yeah.
Some Lucas.
Condenser, the old type condenser. Some wheel cylinder repairs.
Lucas, well-known supplier for electrical components for British manufactured vehicles, whether they be old Land Rovers or Triumph motorcycles or BSA.
It's a car repair kit.
Still in the box. There's aftermarket options
cool.
now, but Lucas is the best of its time.
Yeah.
People have their opinions about Lucas, but
I think the engine probably got pulled apart. That's the oil filter.
You got some heavy
housing,
parts in there.
Manifolds, fan, the flywheel housing. It's in the front.
we're gonna find out, Nicholas. Let's
There you go.
Let's see what we got going on in here. This is too exciting. Nice start to the Monday.
Oh yeah, we got a crankshaft here.
There's an engine in here, potentially. We have a big green crate.
Yeah, the engine definitely got pulled apart.
What is this?
Here's the oil song. Everything is here.
Not sure what that is. That's not Land Rover. These are becoming harder and harder to find a clean
Yeah.
Series 2 grill. Look at that one. With a Cadillac of Charlotte, North Carolina plate on it. Usually these are all cut up and bent. That one's nicely preserved. That'll definitely be utilized. More ammo cans. Nicholas.
It will hurt my feelings. Strip this one down.
You think that box is packed with parts? Let's see what's in this ammo can.
The rest of the engine probably.
You have some. Okay.
Helmet.
1960s safety device. When in doubt, wear a helmet when you're driving your Series 2.
Everything inside looks mint.
And now it's really clean.
Yeah.
The original green color, which is outstanding. Well, we'll have to continue debating this one. It'd be a great one if someone got behind it and had us do a restoration, put something inside there. It's just all complete. This side is a little bit of damage, but we'll chalk that up as patina. So my favorite door hinges with the provision to put your side mirror on your hinge, which is nice, rather than on the wing. You can actually utilize it a little bit. That's a really clean vehicle. We'll move this one over to the preservation side and
It's incredibly square. Everything, no damage in the seat belts. Door cuts complete. This one was just waiting for an engine.
Yeah, probably sent
This
out the
truck
engine.
never was like pulled apart to restore or do something.
No, I think you see they start pulling the floorboards out.
Yeah, that's to remove the engine,
Yeah.
to basically take all the bolts from the belt housing. But looks clean.
The short term, you got some parts to work with.
Mm-hmm.
You got some good parts in
Yeah.
there to work with. Some Lucas stuff, which is always
Yeah.
nice. And we'll story will continue with this one. Man, lots of new parts.
Look at this.
It's the glass ones.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we're fortunate to buy it. I mean, this one, they actually reached out to us, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just called in. Project been sitting there. He's been following along what you guys have been building, and again, we're obviously proud to do it all here in Charleston. So, gives it the best chance. We're definitely not going to scrap it.
Yeah, no.
We're either going to use every part, or we're going to bring this thing back to factory. I wouldn't change anything about the exterior of it. Keep all that beautiful history and the patina, every nick and scratch. Retain all that.
Yeah.
Put an engine in there. In all of our spare time.
The 16-inch wheels and probably some new seals, top seals, resealed doors. This
Pro-
is probably
Unfortunate
just-
side, we're probably gonna have to pick up with a forklift because she's seized up. But we'll figure that out. That's the
Yeah.
easy part. We could probably drive this one home tonight. You think, Nicholas?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be great.
from Robert MacArthur.
I bet somebody out there would even like that box, the old Lucas box.
Look
Wow,
at
headlight
this.
bezel.
Yeah,
New old stock. I mean,
Brand
this stuff
new.
had to be purchased quite some time ago.
yeah. Yeah, including all the clips and everything.
Yeah, we've got some clients that we've been talking to for a while that would just really appreciate the patina and the history, even the LS. You know, the full Himalaya builds. We've had a handful that want to preserve that history and replace everything underneath. That could be. I know this one's got a clean chassis, but that could be an interesting approach too. Whoever
Yeah.
wants to get behind it.
That's solid.
Yeah. So this one would certainly have potential to make it go down the road again.
Look.
The old ashtray. Pick up smoking again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put everything in bag. I mean, you know, all the hardware's in bags. I mean, the best intentions to put this thing back together.
Yeah.
He was pretty organized in his approach. Just, as you know, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. But no, 100%. They were trying to, or even
brakes.
keep it down the
Oh,
road. Yeah.
That's some stuff you can use today. Right?
Fuel pump. Oh.
Nice. More brakes. This is great. Not only get a solid vehicle, but plenty of parts, original parts we can utilize.
The one for the overflow tank.
So now what we'll do, basically strip all the parts that are in the vehicle out. Nicholas and his team will put it into the inventory. We'll obviously, make an inventory of what we've got, and then we'll get all that organized. So whether it's utilized on this vehicle or another restoration, we're going to save all of it. Something we're passionate about. We're often even checking the dumpsters around here, make sure people aren't throwing out good things. I mean, when you're thinking about restoring your original Land Rover, there's nothing better than original parts.
Yeah.
There is aftermarket options out there now, but we found not all of them, but most of them never really replace the original parts in the reliability and everything else. So this is all this will be utilized. So if anyone's out there and you got an old Land Rover that's sitting on your property, don't bring it to the junkyard. We'll take it. We're going to utilize it. We'll bring it back to life in some form, whether it be the full custom build or 2 1/4 petrol proper Land Rover. We'll definitely make it happen one way or the other. So this is a great opportunity. We got this one. I fear that more of these go to the junkyard.
Yeah.
There's less and less of these in the world, so it's just exciting. This is one of those eras that 20, 30 years from now, we'll think about the time when you used to be able to find them like this, because they're disappearing, unfortunately. Getting harder to find. But we got this one, and we're fortunate we got another one coming in this week, a poppy red Series IIA, which I'm equally as excited about. Another great one, straight body. That chassis is completely rotten, so we'll look at it differently than this. This has the opportunity to be restored because of the chassis. It's got a great foundation. The red one at the chassis is completely rotten. Rear cross member, I think, is a piece of steel. There's someone fabricated something up. So that one we'll have to get creative with.
Yeah.
That one could be a great patina build if we painstakingly disassembled the body, but
Yeah.
I'd love to see this going down the road.
Yeah, right.